first, we put on the Karate Kid sweatband. Wax on, wax off.
My eyebrows are an important part of the show. They really help sell my expressions, like surprise, anger, sadness.
Have a good show. I'll see you later.
It's fine.
Excuse me?
Sit in one spot consistently during rehearsals. You only get used to singing that versus sitting around the house.
This is the chain gang. So
Or like,
we're slaves on a boat,
when
rowing
you guys,
in the dark. Oh,
scenes
I haven't
where
done
you
my
and
dirt
Casey
yet.
are both facing.
This is the secret. You put the grease on before you put the hat on. And then, actually it's not really a secret. I just didn't want to have to do my hair later. Ready?
Places!
Bye!
Oh shoot, no, you're good.
All right. First, we gotta fill up the water.
Yes, sir.
That's right. All right. Okay. Ah! Okay. So before every show, I warm up in this stairwell. Usually I go, take it eye for an eye, turn your heart into stone. And then I'm like, okay, it's there. All right, good. All right.
Your father?
These are really solid. Hear that sound? Solid plastic.
Everybody behave on the boat. We'll get there when we get there. We are stopping once for the bathroom.
So show days are, it's the equivalent of game day. I mean, you put in all the work, it's time to just perform and to do what you've been practicing and preparing to do for months. During the show, you're backstage, you're from Vom to Vom. There's 4 different entrances here. There's an entrance down at the pit level. And it's amazing to me how we are just so rehearsed that you don't even think about it. I remember during Tech Week thinking, I'm gonna get lost. I don't even know where the bathroom is if I needed to go. And now it's all of a sudden there's suddenly so much more time. Whereas before I was convinced I would never make my quick change. I would never make my entrance, even though I had like a 45-minute break.
That man? Leave me alone! Why is he here? Say up to me! I didn't see you there. Forgive me.
I did it. I ran into Cosette, didn't take her out, and then her dad messed it up. So now I take a break. Also, check this out. So as you can imagine, this show is very vocally taxing. So I have water bottles all over backstage. I put this one here because I do a lot of my entrances in Vom 4. I also have a water bottle that's hidden in the Barricade. So after I die, me and Casey take drinks down there before we go back out in the sewer scene. So, fun fact. Every time I walk down here, I'm always tempted to mix it up a little bit. Like Marius as a blonde. Marius as a curly brunette. Or my personal favorite, Marius as the Easter Bunny.
Okay, so now I go get my wig reattached and more solid on my skull, and that's it. I'm pretty much, well, I guess I have 3 more costumes. I was gonna say I'm pretty much in this whole time, but I'm not.
You know your place in the sky.
Lord, let me find him.
It's a little bit like that analogy of the duck, you know, where it looks calm and the feet are like going crazy underneath the water, because we all come out on stage and the audience has no idea that you were looking for your wig or your prop piece, or you're running around crazy and then you're like all calm and composed.
You don't hear that every day. I was looking for my wig.
I go down and I'm so disoriented. I have no idea where I am, but I have to run super fast to a very quick change. There's just so many things backstage that you have to learn and do. You have like no margin for error.
And it's dark.
Yeah.
And
it's a circle.
It's a circle. And there's all these entrances and you have to figure out which way to go.
Because it's American sport.
Yeah, it looks like a very shiny American. Well, we just got done with the chain gang boat scene, and I was struck in the face. That felt good. And now I am getting ready for the factory scene, where I will be just a random factory worker, grunt. We'll be adorning this fine woolen beanie for the journey.
Ooh.
And this scarf, because it's not warm enough on stage.
I got a Keebler hat. It's amazing.
Down we go.
That was fast.
Just the bag.
This is my favorite entrance because I have to run on.
I get into these pre-show routines, and if I don't do every little thing in my pre-show routine, I feel like the show's gonna fall apart. So it's like I run around and I collect all my props, I leave them at my station. I make sure that I have water bottles hidden in the exact same spots every night. I make my same, herbal tea with honey. I have my Ricola drops in my pockets. It's just, it's very, there's like a checklist.
Yeah.
And if I don't go through that routine, I feel like I'm not ready for the show.
Totally. I'm the same way. I think I also I have a warm-up routine. So my drive is about an hour drive to the theater. And so I'm warming up the whole time. And then I have my favorite stairwell that I go to warm up in.
All of the above. I do the same things. I didn't know that was you in the stairwell, though. Now it's good to know. But, it's like getting to the theater early, making sure everything's in its place. I warm up, like you guys, and then just try to have as much fun as possible.
Isn't it nice? All right, let's go.
Hip on.
Like this right here.
I gotta get the best flag. One that Gavroche likes the most is this one.
Are they all the
likes
same?
This one because it sounds different when you wave it. It's Gavroche. Valjean always wonders where his ammo goes, and I load his gun for him. But sometimes he's late, so I just take it with me. But it's kind of funny because he was like, "Who's taking all my ammo?" And I just put some sheet metal right there. Me. This is flash cotton paper, the same kind that magicians use. It's not very flashy, but doesn't get hot. Just close the spoon in there, and then the flint obviously gets cocked back and strikes the spoon and ignites the magic paper. I don't know. There you go.
Does he know you took that?
He will.
Barricade time. About to go storm the barricade. Unfortunately, I'm one of 2 people who will survive. Everybody else dies. Spoiler alert. The time has come to go to the barricade. Onward, dear friends, into the breach once more. Need my knife.
I got 8 guns. I might survive this fight. Just might. And a flag.
They're getting ready to attack! Take this and use it well. But if you shoot us in the back, you'll never live to tell.
One of the dangers with a run like this is as you're doing it so many times, you could get complacent. Mm-hmm. So I don't know about you guys, but I try to look at the script, make sure I'm telling the story, make sure I'm trying to do everything that we learned in the rehearsal process, and then elevate that to a level that's communicated.
Is here. Let us welcome it gladly with courage and cheer. Let us take to the streets with no doubt in our hearts. Let a jubilant shout. They will come one and all. They will come when we call. Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves.
usually pick like one or two things, and I want to focus on each show. Like, I want to make this just a little bit better, deeper, more meaningful, and that helps keep it fresh because you're always looking for little things to improve.
Watching the show every night as the stage manager, it's really, really awesome to be able to see people come in and love this show so much.
They're like a character in the show. They make the show come to life. Audiences don't realize the role that they play in a musical, a stage show. It's so critical. Just such an honor and so fulfilling to know that you're connected with the audience and you're just going together on this journey.
People come into this space, obviously you have, just so much like technology and things like that and so much spectacle, but also then you have this really just beautiful show that's beautiful on its own.
The lighting brings everyone in close. The movement of the stage adds to the emotion in ways that emotionally bolster everything else that's happening. The music, the scene work. It has been really a joy to see all of that technology, all of those artistic skills help the already phenomenal actors do their thing.
2 weeks up until our opening, we thought we were going to be performing for 25% in the house.
Yeah.
And then we got the news and it was like, the best news
Well,
ever.
in a way, it wasn't just good because, as an actor, like Casey said, like you want to perform to a full house, but this show is so transformative just because of the nature of the message that it almost would have been a tragedy to only get to perform this to X number of people. But to know that we're maximizing the experience of those who come here is, I think, a pretty awesome part of it.
We have to be better. We have to be better human beings. And I think Les Mis tells that story better than any show I've ever known, I've ever seen. We have to be our best selves. We have to find our inner Jean Valjean.
I think overall my favorite moment in the show is actually when Jean Valjean meets the bishop again at the very end and is able to reconnect with him and express his love and appreciation for the impact that he had so many years before. Because that to me sums up the takeaway. You have a Jean that whole rest of his life, after the very first part of the show, giving other people second chances because the bishop gave him a second chance. And to have the bishop there and basically to say like, well done, look at all the lives you've affected. It's such a like spiritual, like emotional part of the show for me because I think that's what we all hope. We all hope that we can have a second chance, give other people second chances, and look back and hopefully see the lives that we've impacted.
One of my favorite lines in the show, too, is even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. And after these last, few years that we've had, even this last year, and we haven't even had it nearly as bad as so many people have. They've lost loved ones due to the COVID-19 pandemic. They've been sick, they've lost jobs, and the list goes on. But to know that there's a hope that this dark night will end and the sun will rise again is a beautiful, beautiful reminder.
Whenever truth is spoken, somehow it rings through. And when truth is spoken well, it stays with you.
During the height of cancel culture, we're producing a show every night that teaches second, third, and fourth chances. And I feel like that's just a truth that we seem to have forgotten. It's like someone messes up, like they're done for. There's no forgiveness. There's no repentance. There's no change possible. And yet this show teaches the exact opposite.
People deserve do-overs. People deserve mulligans. We used to call them mulligans. I don't know if anyone else does that anymore. But we deserve to give each other a chance to be stupid, make mistakes, do dumb things, you know, and even through the years advance and change.
If you look at it, there's actually no bad people. There's no villain, that is. Everyone is just doing the best that they can. And I think that is such a parallel to the world we live in, because I think the overwhelming majority of people aren't bad people. We're all just doing our darndest to do the best that we know how based on the world and the experience that we live in. And I think that's one of the reasons why this show in particular connects with almost every single person that watches it.
It's been really awesome to see audience reactions and see that every night, and just the impact that we have on people's lives with the whole pandemic. You know, you've had a lack of human connection, basically. Like, you can't see people, you can't touch people, you can't hug people, and you've just been so isolated. So to have people be able to really come out and be together and have an experience side by side to someone who they may not know, and be able to have that human connection to those on stage as well as those who are next to them, like, is such a cool thing to be a part of. And just like one of the best things about theater, honestly, people learn from the show and people grow from the show, and, you know, want to be better people going out of the theater.
One of the most famous songs from Les Mis is I Dreamed a Dream. And I love that concept because for us, that was so foundational to GENTRI, especially in the beginning. We asked ourselves, are we willing to dare to dream? And as we look back on this journey to the very first production of Les Mis, it really was the spark that lit that flame for us to give us the confidence to know that we could do this. Our dream was to be able to perform and travel the world and do these music videos and release this music. And we're so grateful for that initial experience that brought us together and formed that relationship between us, and was really the start of this incredible journey that we've been on.
Doing Les Mis with these guys and with the entire cast and crew here at Hale Center Theater has been nothing short of a dream come true. We had talked about it for years, and to get to do it again has, I think, exceeded all of our expectations. And we're just excited to see what comes next.
And even outside of Les Mis, we hope to continue to share beautiful music with all of you fans and incredible supporters, and see what the future brings.